What is up, everybody? Have you ever wondered if you're drinking dinosaur pee? Well, my name's Marie, and let's jump right in. Are we drinking dinosaur pee? Do you use a Brita? If you're living on a campus dorm, the answer is probably yes. It's very convenient and very cost effective to get very clean drinking water. But have you ever thought, what am I really drinking? So I asked the audience if they think they've ever ingested dino pee because it's an important question. The poll was posted on Instagram, Snapchat, and Yik Yak, and here are the results. On Instagram, 33% said no way, and 67% said yes. So then looking at Snapchat, 13 votes said no, and 22 said yes. This, for reference, translates to about 63% yes and 37% no. And finally, on Yik Yak, with a total of 138 votes received, 51% said yes and 49% said no. Overall, this results in a total of 54% yes and 46% no. So with these answers, let's take matter into our own hands and look at matter. So here's the key idea. Matter isn't created or destroyed. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. And matter can be changed in form, but it can also be recycled over and over and over and over. The atoms stick around forever. The example I will be using today is water. H2O can be in 3 different forms: solid, liquid, and gas. To clarify, water molecules break apart and reform all the time, but the hydrogen and oxygen atoms are recycled forever. So atoms are like Lego bricks, right? They can create different structures, but all the structures are made with the same pieces. The water you had in your body as a baby is still out there somewhere. And learning that matter, including water, is neither created nor destroyed. If we look at this from a scientific standpoint, the water you had in your body as a little newborn baby is still the water that exists somewhere out there today, and it could even still be in you. Heraclitus once said that no man steps in the same river twice. This quote really talks about how we're all always in a constant state of change, like the river's changing, and like even the foot that's attached to the human that's in the river is changing. But I think he's wrong, and here's why. This is a little special I like to call river example. I step into the river. Some of my, natural organic matter, which I will call foot juice, gets in the water. Maybe I have to spontaneously pee, who knows? Then I exit the river. My foot juice molecules disperse and mix at an atomic level. They are dispersed throughout all waterways connected to this river, including oceans, creeks, and lakes. Anything connected to that waterway, right? So let's say I go back a week later to the same river. Statistically, I could be stepping in some of the same molecules my original foot did last week. You might say, wait. This is completely unlikely. And I might say, yeah, it's unlikely. But it sure isn't impossible. Come on, guys, let's boogie back to the Mesozoic era. This was a geological period about 66 million years ago and is famous for the emergence and dominance of dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were not mammals. They were reptiles, but they still peed, just differently. Most dinosaurs actually peed uric acid, which is thicker than the pee that we pee. But where did it all go? Dinosaurs didn't have standard plumbing systems, right? So they peed everywhere. They peed on land and in rivers and in lakes. how did their pee enter the water cycle? The pee didn't just disappear, it rose into the clouds. The basic elements of the water cycle are evaporation, then condensation, then precipitation. Even if the dinosaurs didn't directly pee into a body of water, their pee was still likely evaporated and eventually turned into rainfall. So pee, tears, sweat, oceans, it's all recycled. It does its little washing machine cycle, but the molecules from our bodily functions cannot be destroyed, and they ultimately end up in the water cycle. The human connection. Your body is made up of like 60% water, and water is essential for many of the processes that go on within the human body. But where do we get this water? Let's circle back to the Brita. I get my water from my Brita, which is a filtering system that I fill up just using my bathroom sink. We think about that matter cannot be created nor destroyed. The water we are drinking, out of our Britas even, could be made up of the same atoms as, ancient life. These atoms are not exclusive to just dinosaurs. You could be drinking molecules from, George Washington's tears or Abe Lincoln's sweat. And if you're a believer, not only do you get Jesus' body and blood, but also his pee. Statistically, the Brita you ordered from Amazon is probably better than drinking straight out of the faucet. But no matter what you choose, you're never safe. There's always a chance you're drinking dino pee. Given how many times molecules recycle, it's very likely that some water molecules that you drink today once passed through dinosaurs. Water is limited and shared across time, so conservation really matters. Every sip links you to history. Statistically, yes, you're drinking dino pee. But more importantly, every sip connects you to the past, to dinosaurs, to presidents, to poets, and even your own younger self. It's not gross. It's amazing.